Welcome back, guys. What if you were asked to draw this in AutoCAD? Yeah. Uh, at the end of this video, you should know how to sketch an object and also select appropriate drawing command to complete the task. Now, look at this. The first thing we see here is that this is a square with a chamfer edge. Yeah. From the outside. So the first thing would be to sketch this. Square with chamfer edges. That's the first one. Next, looking here, we see a octagon. A regular octagon here. Of course, this has a thickness which we can focus on a bit later. So here we have an octagon, and we octagon here. An octagon here. And we also have this piece here. 4 pieces here. Four pieces there. Also, we have a dial inside here. Dial. It's 12 increments. Yeah. And here we have a circle with those 12, 1, 6, 3, 9, 'Yeah, we have 12 of these here. We also have the hands. The hands of the clock. Alright. And if we want to get a little bit more detail, we could add the Archimedean spiral here. Archimedean spiral there. Now, so this is pretty much a sketch of this clock. Alright. So this is basically this clock. Now, that we have done that, say we are ready to draw this. Which command would you need? First, we would need a rectangle. We use rectangle command. One rectangle. Rectangle command with a chamfer. Rectangle with a chamfer, or you could draw the straight rectangle, then use a circle at the end. So the first command would be a rectangle. You would then offset. We'd have rectangle then offset. Offset to get this thickness. Next, we would want we could use a octagon or a circle. Octagon. We could use octagon or polygon. Polygon with 8 sides. 8 sides polygon. And for this we would use or you could establish a circle and then draw the polygon for that. So that would compensate for this. Of course, we would also offset that. So this part is done. Offset will get us that. Polygon will give us this, 8 sides. We would need to establish the area across flat, AF. AF. Area across flat. Now, the fourth command that we would need is circle. We would need a circle around here, circle here. So we would need a circle. We would also need polar array. So we would draw a circle, then use with a line, circle and line. Then we'll use polar array to get 12 equal parts. Then we would trim. We would need 2 circles, as a matter of fact. 2 circles. 1 circle in, 1 circle inside, 1 circle out, then trim. We would also need text. Yeah. That's 6B trim. 7 text. So we would need text to insert the numbers in this. And for this, for the hands, we probably could use line. You could use, depending on the shape of this, we could use line and rectangle, line and rectangle, line and rectangle for this. Yeah. So and for this we would use rectangles with fillet. We use rectangles for this, or we could make it straight if we want for this part. Rectangle with fillet could get that. So fillet. Fillet. Yeah. And for this we'll draw a rectangle with a circle, then get the taper for that. And that's pretty much how we would get this. Yeah. It's basically how we could draw this. Now, how we would actually draw this. Now, so how I would actually draw this. First, I would type rectangle, then draw either a circle, or I would determine, probably in this case, I would not determine a radius yet, or a, well, chamfer. I would not determine a chamfer yet. I would, be that we don't have any measurement, we are using mainly ratio and proportion. So I would pretty much draw my rectangle first. Rectangle. Then I would offset it. I would use a circle to determine the chamfer end right here. Then I would copy this to all 4 sides. Yeah. Then I would use polyline to outline it. Polyline. Then I would offset this using through to get the thickness for this. So that would have been done. My next step would be to generate, I would draw a circle first. So I would click circle, establish my center by using either M2P or object stop tracking to get the center. Then I would drag. Then I would drag from here to get this point here. Then I would go to polygon. I would type polygon, 8 side. Then I would drag here at center, drag to here to get that. To get this. Then I would offset this to get this to the desired thickness that I want. In this case, I would use through, offset with through. Next, I would draw another circle inside here, to get these. Then I would draw a line here. Then use polar array to get that. Then I would draw another circle inside here. Then trim out everything inside here. Then delete this, and delete both of them to get the increments, to get the increments circular. Then I would use text to add the numbers, to add the digits to it. 12, 3, 6, 9. Add those to it. Then for this, I could use a rectangle. I could draw this. I could use a rectangle like this with fillet or rectangle. Then another rectangle here with fillet, with a large fillet radius or a sizable fillet radius to get each of these. Then I would copy one here, rotate, place one here and place one there. And if you want to add this to it, which is a little bit more detail, you could use probably Archimedean spiral to get that. But that's pretty much how I would draw this in AutoCAD from the physical object.